Welcome back to the mid-April edition of This Old Clubhouse and another great episode of GHYC TV by Scott Capizzo and his production crew. We want really the intention of this session and all the other video sessions going forward is to get you intimately involved with how the finish of the clubhouse is going forward. We have probably 15, 16 painters on site right now. To the right, obviously, is the grill room, and this is the main entryway. We figured this was a great starting point to really kind of set off the final 60 days of construction here. But as we said, the grill room, all the millwork in the grill room is done. All the painting in the grill room is done. Now the flooring goes through. Scott's going to give you some great shots of the bar, the mahogany, painted mahogany bar. Looks magnificent. This is stained mahogany countertop done by a millwork crew over on the Cape called J.C. Clocks. This is one of the built-ins that they've fabricated off island in their shop. The design came from Gauthier Stacy with a combination of the millwork crew. And you can see the quality of the workmanship. This is one of about 15, 16 units like this that are scattered throughout the building. You'll see varying banquettes. To the left, you'll see a lot of the millwork that they've done around this room in particular. This is probably their crown. I think this room represents the whole theme of the club. You know, we've encouraged a casual nature to the Great Harbor Yacht Club. I mean, this room, the openness. I mean, 3 sides overlooking windows. We encourage, we expect to see a lot of people in here in shorts and flip-flops and, coming off their boats. Kids down here. This is a room for the entire family. Behind me, we have an indoor-outdoor porch. You're going to get people, sitting out here after dinner during the day. This is going to be all open, so you kind of see. This is the room that ties us to the water. Even out here on the backside, you can see the porches. And this is where we're going to have outdoor dining. All the docks and piers, so it's going to be a constant interaction with the water, with the activities. And the final corner to this room was what started off as we're still in the naming process of this room. I think a lot of people know from past shows that this used to be the dockmaster's office, but as soon as the framing went up and the windows went in, we kind of sat here and looked around and said, this is one of the greatest rooms on all of Nantucket. Now we're leaving the grill room. We're coming into the first floor kitchen. You'll see a combination of a lot of cardboard and a lot of stainless steel. This is all state-of-the-art equipment that we've probably taken 2 or 3 years to identify. And we probably have 70% of the kitchen equipment on site. And I know it's not a very glamorous part of each episode we do, but it's pretty amazing to see one of the largest commercial kitchens taking shape. This kind of takes us through the back side of the kitchen. Chef's office, very small chef's office, so we hope he spends very little time in there. It's the only way we can encourage that. And this takes us back through. This is really the back entrance. The way the kitchen was split up is obviously we have an entryway to the grill, the grill room. We also have a back staircase to go up. If we have an overload on dining needs, we have a back staircase to go up to the back side of the dining room. We also have an elevator in this kitchen to have food service go up and down. But this is the back entrance from the kitchen to the function room. So when we have the weddings and various events, this is the flow of traffic. And this takes us right out into the function room. We took the original stained wood. And really all we did was we stained it, added a little bit of color that we felt was appropriate with the room, with the whiteness, with the soundboards in the top. And in our opinion, after quite a few trials and tribulations, we think it's coming out wonderful.
This is Otis with Ramsey Enterprises. We're the painting contracting company that's doing the Great Harbor Yacht Club. And presently we're standing in the activity room, which we are actually about wrapping up the staining and the ceiling. Here, as you can see, it looks fantastic.
As far as the crews here on site, I mean, I can't give enough credit to the painters. I think right now 60 or 70% of the guys on site right now are from Nantucket. Between the painters, the floor guys, we have electricians, we have all the irrigation, we have the landscape guys. So it makes us feel good at the end of this project after 5.5, 6 years. The people that are wrapping it up and helping us deliver it are all people from Nantucket. This is the gallery. This is really a transition place for events that are going to be held inside the function room. This could have been a sitting room. It's designed as a little bit of everything. Some people want to come in and relax outside of the main function room. We also have the flexibility to do expanded dining out here if we have parties that require it. But also, when we have receptions that are separate or in the middle of the summer or separate from the rest of the clubhouse, this would be their entryway. We'd have a reception, or whether it's a wedding or whatever type of event, and the rest of the club would still be able to function independently. So that was the multi-purpose of this this particular room. And it's going to be finished beautifully, but like I said, it's a very casual setting that kind of gives us a lot of flexibility. That's the coolness of this first and second floor. And each room kind of takes you to a different path and a little different design to incorporate the high end on one end and the grill room family style, and then in here just it could transfer from a wonderful wedding hall to just a cool little hall for kids to have parties. So it offers that flexibility. As we get up to the second floor, we're going to start looking at, again, some of the details. You're not going to see as much coloring up there because a lot of that is finished millwork. But what you'll see is the cathedral structural settings. The display kitchen is already being installed. Second floor kitchen is being installed. So these are the items that start popping now. This is the display kitchen, the beginning piece of the display kitchen. The equipment, most of the equipment's already in. Then we have built-ins around it, and basically this will be the serving area, and this will be where the sous chef operates from. To my left is we're going to take you into this is the second floor lounge, and you can see the beginning. This is a pretty neat little shot here. This is the beginnings of the second floor bar. I keep going back. This is going to be the crown right here. This is going to be, we talk about the activity and the focal point. This is the evening, this is the evenings that you all dream about and experience on Nantucket. Because on the backside there's a double French door that leads out to the second floor deck. Arguably, I mean, you can see the picture out here. Bar's going in, windows on two sides. Great shot of town, great shot of the waterfront. So this is a pretty special room, but you can kind of get a look outside. Right, we'd be outside right now, folks, but it's blowing about 30. It started blowing in November and hasn't let up. All right, so now we're leaving the second floor lounge. And this is back to the spot where we do a lot of our videotaping. It's the model room. And further on down is the Commodore's room. You'll see the amount. I mean, Scott, we'll give you better. You can see the amount of millwork. All this material right here is what will be going up into the model room. This room and the model room both get carpet. But you can kind of see the finish of the mahogany stain that is going to be going onto the walls here. This is going to be a pretty special room. And obviously our first Commodore, Norwood Davis, is first picture will be up here and will be proudly displayed. But this is a room that these last two rooms require the most millwork, and that's why, while it may seem that they're not done, they're being fabricated off island. They'll be coming over in panels. So Scotty, we're just going to finish up in the regatta room. It's not quite a waterfront view, but this is definitely a great spot where we look out over the function room, and I think up here you also get a very good sense of the quality of the quality of the craftsmanship with the various post and beam. Like I said, it's not quite a water view, but the second best view in the building. How's that? All right. And taking it back outside, once we get all the finished work out here, because there's going to be a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of crane work, a lot of material being moved in and out. Once that is done, then the finished landscape begins. And I say begins. There's so much subgrade work that's already taken place. The beautiful finish is you're going to see the lawn that we had last year in front of the sailing center. Well, that whole beautiful lawn, the sod lawn, is going to be replaced and go all the way out to the bulkhead. That'll include the brick walkway walking around the bulkhead, all the planting beds out front. So in any event, like we're encouraging, we're starting to see more and more of you come by. We encourage you to keep contacting Megan and Mike up in the front office if you want to get a scheduled visit. I think we're going to have a lot of the landscape pretty polished up by next weekend for Daffodil. And I know Mike Mooney has scheduled a number of tours for people to kind of come through and get a sense for themselves, not only just relying on this video, which has been remarkably helpful, and we're seeing hundreds and hundreds of hits each week, which is great. People are interested, and I think people are also really itching for the summer to come back and really get away from America, as we call it. And I think that'll wrap it up for the final edition for this April, but we'll get back to you in May and hope to see you all soon.